Hello, I'm Pam of HealingStars.com. This is a chart for the new moon, 8th of June 2013. This is a Gemini new moon. So we have the elements in order throughout the year: fire, earth, air, water. So now we're in the energy of air, of communication. So Mercury is a very important planet at this time. Mercury is in the sign of Cancer, to do with feelings, to do with heart energy, very close to Venus in the sky. Venus, of course, is love and relationships. But back to the sun and moon. Here they are, just in the middle, just past the middle of Gemini, 18 degrees. And then the sun will be moving towards joining Jupiter. Now Jupiter is right at the end of Gemini. And this month it will be moving, as it does every year, it moves sign once a year, it will be moving into the sign of Cancer. But it's still in Gemini. Now Gemini is communication, and Mars is there. Mars is always anger, aggression, push, forceful energy. And Mars has just been at a right angle to Neptune. This is what's going on in the news at the moment about privacy, secrecy, about in America, about people, their phones being tapped, all this kind of information, communication that is undermining people's sense of security and privacy. And this is also, Neptune is also a planet often connected to scandal. So be aware of news, especially at this time. There has been a lot of news of scandalous goings on with quite famous, important people. And Neptune is the god of the sea. And Neptune in Pisces is also at this time making a very beautiful trine, a flow of energy with Saturn. This is a surprise because Saturn is to do with responsibility, with discipline, hard work, labor. And Neptune is very opposite. Neptune is nebulous. Neptune is dreams, romance, high aspirations. But now this trine is forming. Here's Saturn over here in Scorpio. It's represented in the turquoise sector. And here's Neptune in the magenta sector. Neptune has just gone retrograde as well, increasing its power. But Saturn is also retrograde at this time. And what has been forming is Mercury completed this grand trine. We call it a grand trine, astrologers. Venus has also just completed that grand trine. And soon what will be going on is that Jupiter will also form into that position. And that's in July. This is one of the key important configurations of the year of planetary energy, all in water signs. So we're getting a taste of the water signs at the moment with Mercury and Venus. And then soon on, of course, the summer solstice, the sun moves into the sign of Cancer, followed on the 26th by Jupiter. But back to the now. A new moon is always a seeding time. So what communication, what style do you have as you communicate? The energy of Mercury says coming from the heart and healing the heart and healing the throat chakra too. That's where Mercury governs the throat chakra in the body. Chiron, the planet of healing, alongside Neptune, is also still in Pisces and will be for a long time. And these are deep emotions. These are also places of sacrifice, of giving up on ourselves, lack of self-love perhaps, thinking of others rather than oneself. This is especially important if you are a Pisces or if you have any planet, especially the moon, in the sign of Pisces. Be aware of this in yourself. It's important to love oneself. So the communication at this time needs to come from the heart. Notice also in this chart Mercury has also just formed, and it's still there, an opposition to Pluto. This is the theme of Secrets. Pluto is the god of the underworld, things that get buried, power, sexuality. But Mercury is one god in mythology that can go in and out of the underworld at will. And this is the role nowadays, Mercury, of the press, and some would say the internet too. So this is why secrets are coming out throughout this time. The other important thing to know, of course, is the eclipses are over. We're no longer in that energy field, and that's been 6 weeks. It's been very trying for a lot of people. The South Node, North Node, themes carry on. Scorpio and Taurus, the Scorpio at the top, here's Taurus down the bottom, are all about letting go. And that means letting go, especially this month, of old beliefs, of thought processes that are negative and don't serve. One book I highly recommend, if you're of a scientific bent or you just like to learn more, is The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton. It makes for very interesting reading. And we can change our minds. We are powerful human beings. As Marianne Williamson said, we are powerful beyond measure. Enjoy this month. It is easier than the last month, 6 weeks, and it will increase in emotions. So if you are lost, overwhelmed, check out my website. I've got a workshop coming up, and I also do coaching, especially about healing the heart chakra. Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com.